Happy Friday, everyone. It's Friday. I'm having a bad hair day, so I apologize. I couldn't get it together this morning. No. Seriously, I've got a little agenda to go over today, looking at the course and some of what's going on in the course. And I just wanted to start. It's been really interesting this week. Thanks everyone for your participation. Definitely takes the group, takes all the folks in this course to make it happen. One thing I wanted to start with is just talking about my personal teaching style this week, what we've been doing, why I've been doing it. The summary I would pitch, and goes a lot with my my teaching philosophy, is really to make this more active learning as possible. It works more for my own personal approach. So I've been attempting to go outside the box of D2L or existing tools that we have as online instructors and get you all thinking of ways to bring in other resources such as Voicethread, for example, or just integrating multimedia into your courses. Personally, my approach on this is, as an online instructor, I don't want this to be boring. When I've taken online courses and it's all text and I'm just finding myself reading and reading and reading, I don't feel so much connection with folks. So just simple things like sharing your video like I'm doing here. Some folks have commented on personalizing the course. I really attempt to do that, and also just to really get folks thinking and exploring on their own. I guess my role as online instructor is, the voice threads I've been pretty active in, but the group discussions I've really wanted to get you guys to interact more with yourselves, which is also part of the reason why to do groups. It's I found folks are often more participatory in a smaller group. It's not as overwhelming for you. This week we split you up into 3 groups, so there's about 5 folks in each group. So the idea is you're not having to read like everyone's post. It's more of a focus group, which is going to build community, which I think are win-wins overall. So that's a bit of the summary on what I'm doing this week and why, and it's best practices. I don't know if these are necessarily the best practices, but just reading through the infinite resources and posts you guys have made, I've learned a lot from this week. So definitely thank you. Jumped right through my tabs this week. This is the summary on what's going on. So if you haven't done any posts so far, please do. I'm going to go over this technology survey results here in just a few minutes. Really fascinating. I wish we would have done this the first week of the course, because I feel like I understand who you guys are a lot more from that. Anyway, that closed too, so I think everyone turned it in. So thanks. The Voicethread discussion right here, just to snip through, and let's just do a quick survey. Going through them all. Wow, so much. Really interesting. Just a reminder, there are some other posts, so other slides, I should say. You can just scroll through. And there's one on quality matters, which is really interesting as well. We didn't cover that too much, but I just wanted to say thanks on a personal note for you guys taking the risk, jumping in, doing audio posts or videos. It gets me a lot more jazzed to see everybody involved, and I don't know, I feel like I know you guys better now, so that's been pretty cool. If you have other questions, just let me know on that. It's Friday, so I'll probably check on the class at least once or twice this weekend, but usually when I teach online courses, I try to focus all my teaching time Monday through Friday. But there's also the peer forum, so if you have any questions about what's going on, post in there, and hopefully one of your cohorts will get back to you. What else? With the discussions, you are in groups, so you can go in there. You only have access to your group. I will open up the groups on Sunday or after this week's over, so you can see what everyone else posted. So check it out then if you're curious. And one note on the group discussion, this is the rubric on how it's being graded. So basically, do your posts, making one original post, and you get 5 points, and then response posts, you want to make a minimum of one response to each group member's post, and you get full credit. So I'm really trying to model this more on like a pass-fail basis, not trying to get into like A's or B's or C's. This is adult education. I would do a different rubric for students, but you guys are your non-traditional, your instructors. So I just put this out there. It's also an example. I am a big believer in super simple rubrics. This is through D2L, and I'll grade it through D2L. So if you have any questions on that, let me know, please. But that's how I'll be grading it. And what else do we have here? 5 minutes. My goal is to make this 10 minutes or less. So yeah, I just want to spend the last couple minutes talking about the technology survey results. And I posted these in the course. So if you go to the home page and you go over to content and you go to this Hangouts, screencasts, videos, miscellaneous module over here, I just put it in right here. And you can click on that or download it. So basically, I went through everyone's, I think we had about 16 results, and that's where they are. And let's just jump into that because I have them up on my screen here. So really interesting. I just went through, and these numbers are just how many folks responded in that particular category. So I think we had, I don't know, 13 or 14 responses. But, web surfing, most folks surf the web very often. We found less instant messaging. Texting was pretty popular. Actually, 6 folks said sometimes, but I don't want to just read through this, but just looking at the different trends here, I was really interested. Looks like most folks watch online videos. Listening to an iPod, I was kind of surprised. Most folks never listen to an iPod, so maybe that means they're listening on a phone. I don't know. Social networking sites sometimes for most folks. And I thought this was really interesting too, playing video games and playing mobile games. Most folks either said never or rarely. And yeah, so anyway, using these survey results, I think could really help you as an instructor to focus your course on how you want to teach it. And I should also preface this survey that this was originally designed for a face-to-face presentation. Kay Novak actually created this, and I adapted it a little bit to make it one page. But this was for a project outbreak scenario-based learning, and they gave it to folks before their workshop. It's really fascinating, though. I find if you can understand your audience a little more, then it definitely gives you more of thinking about how you communicate with them. Like basically looking at this, I wouldn't really try to use games to teach this course because most folks don't play them, and maybe you guys aren't really that interested in it. I'm not really a gamer myself, but anyway, just as an example, I do see that everyone, all 15 that responded, do have a mobile phone. So good information to know. Most of you have tablets. And then also, in just thinking about that, taking that information, how would I integrate mobile phones or tablets into the course to make it more engaging or interactive? Nobody has a MySpace account. Come on, why not, folks? Maybe MySpace is dead. But yeah, looking at these results, pretty much everybody's got a Facebook account, some LinkedIn, YouTubes. Yeah, and the rest of the results. Do you have your own site? Most folks don't. A couple folks responded that they have a LinkedIn site. So interesting to think, your LinkedIn is kind of like your own website. Separate email, most folks responded yes. Thinking of this as like an email outside your Front Range account, that might have not been super specific, but anyway, of the email services that folks have, I thought this was pretty what I expected. Basically, most folks have a Gmail account. Oh no, I'm out of time. And you guys can read through this to see the results of the rest. iPhone wins. Yay. All right. Go iPhone. Samsung came in second for the types of mobile phones you have. And also interesting, everyone except one person does have internet access on their phone. And let's see, we have mostly females in this course and 3 males, so that could also be good information to know as an instructor, maybe how you focus your course and thinking about that. What else? And then the age demographics. This was interesting. Also interesting, it got me thinking too, like the majority of our course folks in the course were like 56 to 65, and also thinking about the majority of folks at FRCC, I believe it's pretty much like between the ages of 18 and 30 is the majority of our student body. So interesting demographics just to think about is, what I'm 42, so like what interests me. I often have to like flip, or maybe we have a work study that's in that 20 to 30 range. Like ask them, what is interesting, or run something by them, and kind of thinking outside the box on that a little bit. Which pretty much concludes my little talk here and the results. So hopefully that's helpful for folks. Speaking of being outside the box, I started thinking before this little podcast here, I often feel like I'm in a box on these screencasts with this weird headset hooked to my head, and I'm in a chair, and I see myself, my body language is doing this. So this is my attempt to get outside the box. A little music, and I'm gonna forward to seeing your participation